From Little Apple Pilates, and so I've really been trying to go out on a limb and work on kind of explaining what it is that I do here. I have big dreams for everything in the world. I see a lot of clients, and so let me kind of explain today's topic. Today I'm going to talk about why Pilates for me and for you, like if you were ever curious, or maybe your mom or somebody that it applies to. But let me explain a little bit about what I do in here. So I feel like my biggest job and goal personally is providing an alternative fitness experience, because for me, I did CrossFit, I ran, I did all the burpees, I did muscle testing, and I probably also ate like crap, so there was that a little bit. But the thing was, I was rewarding myself because I was so tired from killing myself. I was like, oh, I deserve everything I want. I deserve it, because that was really hard and painful. And so now that I'm into Pilates, my muscles burn and it's challenging, but I'm not left on the floor in a pool of sweat unless I go to hot, and then that's very nice. But I'm also not dying. And so when I eat, I'm not eating out of a sense of guilt or need. I'm eating because I love food and it makes me happy to eat, and I get to make better choices because I'm not feeling emotions raging towards what I deserve. I'm doing it because I'm feeling good about myself, and I'm choosing my higher self. So that's kind of number one as to why I prefer doing Pilates. I assume yoga is the same, but for the life of me, when I go to yoga, which means I really need more of it, my mind needs to be told, this is what we're focusing on, this is where we're going, let's do it, let's do it. Make sure you do that, make sure you do that. And that's how my brain works. I love to be like, I can do that, I can do that, yes I can, yes I can. And so for yoga, there's so much empty space, which probably means I need it, that it doesn't give me that positive reinforcement of here we go, we're on it, we're on it, we're on it. And I love feeling like I can do that, I can do that, yeah, oh, that's hard, but I'm gonna try and do it anyways. And so that's number one thing about Pilates. Okay, my number two thing. So I would say, maybe you can understand, the number one comment I would hear from people is, oh yeah, that makes my back really tired, it must be really weak. This kills me. So there are not a one size fits all rule. So maybe your back is weak, but I have never had to fix somebody's back because it's too weak. Nobody ever, in the sake of my Pilates for 7 years, has come to me because their back was too weak. Okay, so as far as it goes, we look at the body wholesome, and so normally, you can understand if you're doing squats on a squat rack, that seems pretty reasonable, or maybe bicep curls. Okay, so pick your favorite muscle. When that burns and gets tired, you say, ooh, it's getting really tired, it must be really strong. So when did we decide that when our back gets really tired, it must be weak? I don't know. You know what it is? It's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's this popular misconception where we assign body parts what we think that they are. Oh, it must be weak because I feel it. Oh, but it must be strong because I feel it. What? No. When your back gets tired, most often it's because you're using it, okay? So I always tell people in my Pilates classes, I want you to feel your abs, and if it burns in your abs, it's because you're using it. If it burns in your back, it's because you're using it. So you have the choice to override the systems and to make it work here. And it is my job as a fitness professional, if you can't figure it out on your own, I can show you how to do it, which is a very interesting skill to harvest. When I'm trying to work somebody's core and their hip flexors are really strong, and I'm like, it's core, oh, it's my hips. I'm like, gosh, ugh, okay, let's figure this out. So I've been able to understand. I'll share my secrets with you. The stronger your glutes are and the stronger your core is, the more your hamstrings, hip flexors, everything that can be overfired and cause problems. Like if your hamstrings are too tight, it pulls on your pelvis. If your hip flexors are too tight, it pulls on your pelvis and your low back. So if I get these muscles surrounding those areas stronger, then everything kind of falls into place the way it's supposed to work. But the trick is, if you say, oh, I just need to get my butt stronger, I'll just do squats. Well, that's complicated. If you were like me, if you were a gift and your butt is always sore when you do squats, I applaud you and I'm envious. Because when I was a rookie, I would do squats all the time and my quads were so big and beautiful, but my butt was not. And that's because my muscles were really strong in one certain way. So no matter what movement I did, my body would go to the path of least resistance because that's what it's designed to do. So I would do my workouts and it would go right to where I'm the strongest. So when I started doing Pilates, it took out what was regular because nothing was regular, and I was able to create those new adaptations. And I am a strong, confident, happier human now. And I really know that when I go lift weights or do stuff, since I know how to fire my muscles without me being like, are they sore? Are they sore? Did they work? They're sore. They worked. They worked. They worked. I say, oh, there's my muscle. There's my muscle. That's that muscle. So I can make my body be what I want it to be. I'm not just throwing it through space and making it really heavy and being like, oh, I hope it works. Yes, I hope it works. So that's what I kind of feel like I do in Pilates. Trouble spots tend to be traps. People usually carry a lot of stress up in here. They usually have to work because they're hardworking humans, so they lean forward a lot. So this isn't even like strong, it just happens to be shortened and tight. Oh, one final thing. Muscles that are short and tight are short and tight. When you contract the muscle, it's short and tight. So sometimes people get confused whether it's weak and short or whether it's strong and short. So that's the other thing we help you do, because if it's weak and short, we want to make it strong and long, and if it's short and tight, we want to roll it out and make it long and strong. It's the same thing, but people sometimes think they're the same. And weakness and strength, they're completely different ends of the spectrum. So we help you learn where you're at on the spectrum, so that way when you're training your muscles, it's not just like, hope that made me work out. And so, again, it's a little smarter, not harder kind of thing. So, hope you learned something today. You don't have to come here, but if you did, I'd be like, hi friend, I'm so excited to meet you. Let's have a good time. And that's why we get referrals from chiros and PTs for people that have been working out and maybe want to keep working out but don't want to hurt themselves. So we just help them figure out their bodies. And my other thing, when you hurt yourself in a workout, you don't like do a bicep curl and say, oh my gosh, I hurt myself. Or you don't do one squat and be like, oh my gosh, I hurt myself. What happens is you squat wrong for like a long time with heavy weights and you're like, I'm getting stronger, my weights are going up, but maybe your knees are going forward, but you can't tell. Like if you could tell, you wouldn't do it. Or if your shoulder was forward in your bicep curls like this and this was short, let's do it, Davis. I'll do my bicep curls like this. Maybe I don't know that this is wrecking my shoulder column as I'm doing my bicep curls. So I'm not going to hurt anything in my rotator cuff until the weight's so heavy and I'm so strong in this specific way. So again, you can hurt yourself working out, but normally it's not in a workout. Normally it's you're creating a long-term pattern and then something gives and then you're like, I think something happened. So that's usually how you hurt yourself in working out. So I'm sorry to tell you that, because you kind of just want to be able to go to the workout and know it works and be good, but it really is all just, honestly, it's like a big science experiment. But you're your best investment and you have time. So before I rattle on more, hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching and I will talk to you later. Bye.